Have you ever found yourself completely lost in your thoughts? Your mind starts creating stories, imagining future moments, or picturing a perfect life where everything happens exactly the way you want. And suddenly someone says, "Hey, where did you disappear?" The truth is, many people in the world love living in their imagination. For them, the world inside their mind feels more colorful, exciting, and sometimes even happier than reality. But the real question is, what does psychology say about people like this? Is it normal, or could it be a sign of something deeper? And most importantly, why does living in imagination feel so good? Today, we're going to explore the psychology behind it. In psychology, imagination refers to the mind's ability to create images, ideas, and scenarios that are not currently present in reality. The human brain is incredibly powerful. Research shows that when we imagine things, a part of the brain called the default mode network becomes active. This network works when we are daydreaming, thinking about the future, remembering the past, or creating stories in our minds. This means imagination is actually a natural function of the human brain. However, some people experience this ability more intensely. For them, imagination isn't just a small thought. It becomes an entire world inside their mind. Psychologists have noticed that people who spend a lot of time imagining often share certain personality traits. 1. High creativity. Studies show that people who imagine more tend to be more creative. Many writers, artists, filmmakers, and animators rely heavily on imagination. Their minds constantly create new ideas and possibilities. 2. Deep thinking. Imaginative people are often deep thinkers. They don't just observe the world around them. They analyze it, question it, and imagine different possibilities. 3. Emotional sensitivity. Psychology also suggests that imaginative individuals often have strong emotional awareness. They tend to feel emotions deeply, which can make their inner world richer and more vivid. This emotional depth often fuels their imagination. From a medical and psychological perspective, imagination itself is not a problem. In fact, it's considered a healthy and important brain activity. However, there is a concept known as maladaptive daydreaming. This happens when daydreaming becomes so frequent and intense that it starts interfering with daily life. For example, difficulty focusing on work or studies, spending hours lost in imagined scenarios, feeling disconnected from the real world. Psychologists believe this can sometimes happen in people who experience loneliness, stress, emotional struggles, or a strong desire to escape reality. But it's important to understand something. Not every imaginative person has this condition. For many people, imagination is simply a creative strength. So why does imagination feel so attractive? Psychology offers several explanations. Reason 1. Control. Real life is often unpredictable, but inside your imagination, everything is under your control. You decide the story, you create the outcomes. This sense of control makes the mind feel safe and satisfied. Reason 2. Escape from stress. Life can sometimes be overwhelming. Our brains naturally look for ways to escape stress temporarily. Imagination provides a mental escape where problems disappear, even if only for a short time. Reason 3. Practicing the future. Interestingly, imagination is not just fantasy. Scientists believe the brain uses imagination to simulate future situations. When you imagine future conversations, achievements, or challenges, your brain is actually practicing possible outcomes. It's like a mental rehearsal for real life. Reason 4. The dopamine effect. When we imagine exciting or rewarding situations, the brain can release dopamine, a chemical associated with pleasure and motivation. This is why imagining success, adventure, or happiness can sometimes feel almost as satisfying as experiencing it in reality. Imagination has many powerful benefits. Creativity. Most inventions, stories, and innovations began as someone's imagination. Problem solving. Creative thinking allows people to approach problems from unique perspectives. Emotional healing. Sometimes imagination helps people cope with emotional pain and difficult experiences. For these reasons, psychologists consider imagination an important part of human development and creativity. However, Like many things, imagination needs balance. If it becomes excessive, it can lead to problems such as losing focus on real-life responsibilities, procrastination, reduced productivity, feeling disconnected from reality. That's why experts emphasize the importance of balance between imagination and real life. If you're someone who often gets lost in your imagination, remember this: it's not necessarily a weakness. In many cases, it's actually a powerful creative ability. The key is to use your imagination not as an escape from reality, but as a tool to create something meaningful in the real world. Because many of the greatest ideas in history once existed only in someone's imagination. And who knows, your imagination might hold the next great idea.